Hello guys, so I'm making this video to help CoverOP on our Discord. He's trying to use the non-destructive workflow to make his asset, so this asset, and he has some issues, and I will try to explain why and how to fix them. But first I would like to talk about this non-destructive workflow. This is funny because I can see it on all the new add-ons or old add-ons, like box cutter. Non-destructive now! It's funny. And for me, the non-destructive workflow is not just not apply modifiers. On box cutter, for example, he makes some cut and he don't apply. That's it, non-destructive. This is the trending word right now, and people use it. But it's more like that. It's more than that because it's not as easy as people think. If you want to make something like, for example, the mic I made, this one, sorry, you need to think on the workflow how to deal with some limitations, how to add the detail you want, for example, how to add this bevel after this one, etc. Because I have a bevel different here, I have another here. You need to think how to make something correct, for example, to have something like that, this object, just to show you. This is just, if I hide everything, this is just up, 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 up. This is just nothing. This is just that, and this is just some edges. And I made, with the modifiers, I play on the mesh with the modifiers to add different parts, bevels, etc., booleans. Should have the booleans visible right now, but this one, it's not this one. Up, this one. This one, it was not visible because, in fact, just to show you, poof, poof, poof. So my first boolean, I need to activate the wireframe that will cut. Okay, I can edit this one also and add everything, and after you will have your object. You will have a perfect result. You don't need to add subdivision surface. Everything works perfectly. You can add a look dev render and to check. As you can see, everything works perfectly. So this is for me the non-destructive workflow. This is not just I add some cut, I don't apply, and that's it. I'm making non-destructive. Because if you look, if you try it, you will have some issues and you will not understand how to fix them. So for that, I made some tutorials, some great tutorials on Gumroad, so you should look at them. And on YouTube I also made some videos, but it's more to show SpeedFlow, to show you how to use it with some workflow. To make this kind of asset or this kind of asset, this is a totally different process. You really need to think and to find a way to make your object and to control some limitations, etc., etc. But the result can be perfect, and for me this is the most important part. So we will start and we will check this object and see what are the issues. So the first one, CoverOP used SpeedFlow, so thanks to him, because the SpeedFlow is perfect for this workflow. SpeedFlow is made for this workflow. SpeedFlow also do destructive workflow, so if you want you can. When you create, for example, a cube, I will deactivate this snap, you will launch the bevel, and you will have here, if you check subdiv mode, and you will be able to change to no subdiv mode, and to change, etc., etc. And in fact, the difference is that the no subdiv mode will be destructive. That will add some crease sharps, and that will apply the booleans, etc., etc. So for non-destructive workflow, use subdiv mode. For me, it's the best. You will not have any issue. Okay, so after, when you create your object, check and first check the shaders. As you can see, this shader doesn't help at all, so I will remove it. Add support lines, because support lines are really important to avoid all of this. And support lines are really easy to do. For example, I will just add a plane. So I will add a plane like that. I will make a rotation and Y like that. Okay. In edit mode, always in edit mode, I will add a solidify. I will redo this object just to show you. I have this result, okay? I can play with the solidify and I can play with the different part, but right now I will do this. On this one, CoverOP, I will hide every modifiers, and I will remove the modifiers that are now visible because they wasn't visible. So I will remove all of them, up and up. And if you check, CoverOP added 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, 4 modifiers to make the bevels. So why do this? It's not necessary at all. So you can just add one, not several. It's not needed. And don't add modifiers for the pleasure to add modifiers. You want to be able to edit your object as fast as possible, not to add modifiers and after what this modifier, what for? No, you need as less modifiers as you can. And if there is some you don't use, remove them. Okay? So on this one, for example, I will just select this and add this. So pretty nice. After, if I want to add the round, I will press Shift W and I will add the round. So I can, for example, also duplicate this one. In edit mode, make a scale. Hopla. I need to make a scale like that and like that. I can remove the bevel, for example, and use this one to cut this one, just like that. And I will make the cut after, as you can see. That will give me this result. So this is interesting because with this I can move this here, and after with this I can first edit this, then edit this if I want, and then add with Shift W a last bevel with 4 segments. I like 4 segments for the small bevels. And that's it. I created this, and as you can see, I have this. Okay? So pretty simple. After, there is some artifact, but you will not have them in 2.8. And if you use URIS build, you will have the weighted normal modifiers that will remove it. Okay, so now if I add a cut, I will just duplicate this one, Shift D. I will edit. I always edit in edit mode because like that you will be sure your object has the scale transforms to 1. Always try to keep this. And if I made a boolean on this one, I will show the wire. As you can see, you have this, and this is not good. And for example, if I take this one, I will add some bevels. I will like that. In this case, it's okay, but you don't want that, and you don't want that. Like, you want something like that, just like that. But since I'm started from a plane, and this one has a vertex group, this one has a vertex group, this one will have a vertex group. So I need just to clean, and this is the part of you need to understand what you do in Audacity workflow, because that will fix everything. And if I come now, I will have this. I will save my scene and use URIS build URIS. That will be better because this is ugly and I don't like that. Okay, so as you can see, I have this. I will just add a weighted normal here. The add-on speed flow add it automatically if you use a URIS build. So like that, you will have something perfect, something that's work. Hopla. It's not what I want. Just like that. I really love this this modifier. And as you can see, this is correct. You don't have lines that will come on the other part, etc. If you want, you can add lines here, and same at the bottom. On this one, you just have to add this. That will add it. Okay. On this one, that will be a little tricky because you will have to do this. But since there is vertex group here, this one will have vertex group. So remove with control the vertex group. And now, you have proper results on both sides, and this is correct, and I like that. So I will add something, for example, maybe I will just do this. Up. Okay, I will add this. It's not okay. Well, my bad. I will make a rotate up like that. Edit left, merge at center. Press this, press this, press this, like that. Press this and press this. Okay. So I will add a screw, just like that. This one will serve to make some holes. So in edit mode, what I will do is to scale everything, and you can, for example, place select everything, and this one will be the active, and you can select active element like that, and like that. If you scale, you will have this result. So this is for me the best way. Okay, so I will keep this like that. I will make a boolean. And that's it, I have my result. So as you can see, the add-on will move the new boolean before the last bevel. Like that, you will have this result. Okay, and as you can see here, we need a line to support this one. So what we can do, first we can add a mirror on this one. Press O, select in Y, like that, and this one will be okay. So for that, I will just select this one and this one. I will just select those two I wanted. Okay. I will go in front view, select this one. It's in the wrong side, and I will cut a line just like that. Control R. I will make something really simple. I have this result because vertex group, you know the thing now. Just move this one. Maybe on this one I will make it in wire mode, and on this one I will be able now to snap. I need to activate this snap and to make it in closest. And where is my line? Up. And normally I should be on this. Let's try. And just like that, as you can see, this one I can press this. Just like that, I have something now correct. And on this one I can add or remove the number of segments if I want. So you need to add proper guidelines to avoid why I don't have the other part. It's this one, I think. Up. To avoid this, all of this. This is not what you want. You really don't want that. Like that, it's better. Okay? So you need to work correctly. You could also have made something like this. Clack, 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 clack. If you wanted. It's a possibility. So where is my grease pencil? Bam. Okay, so pretty important. This is not the workflow you used to use, because it's totally different. You want to make something clean, as clean as possible. You want something perfect. You want something you will be able to use for renders directly like that. Even if you don't care about the wire, you don't care about adding subdivisions, you don't need to add subdivisions. If you add as many segments on this screw, you absolutely don't need subdivisions. And you can, of course, edit everything. I mean, I will, for example, select this one, and I can add a bevel on this one. Just like that. As you can see. Boom. It's done. Pretty easy. Everything is editable. I can move this one here or here. That works. The result is perfect. And this is what you want. Always have something correct. Sometimes you can make assets that will be ready for subdivisions. For example, this one is pretty interesting. If I activate the overlays. Okay, so this one is some modifiers. Up. As you can see, this is first a profile, After I add a screw, I can, of course, edit the screw, like that. I can, after, add a bevel, and I found a little way to add these edges at the center, and this is pretty interesting. After, you can add segments, so same, by my tutorial to see how to do this. It's a secret. And I add modifiers, I add bevels, etc., etc. And if you check, the result is perfect. I can, if I want, use it like that, just add to change the number of segments, for example. Boom! I have this. If I remove the overlays, perfect. You don't need subdivisions. Or, for example, I will make something like that. I will activate this, or less, even less, 24. Just like that. And you can add a subdivision surface. And that's it. Boom! You will have even the same result with subdivisions. So, non-destructive workflow is not just not add modifiers, it's to work correctly with modifiers, to add the good one, not too many, not too many. You can add as many as you need, you really need, and after you will have a proper result with or without subdivisions. And of course on some objects, like for example, come back. Yep. For example, this object, you will not be able to add modifiers. On this one you will need to make a retopology, and you will after have a subdivision surface. But if you have perfect result, it wasn't this, if you have perfect result like that, why bother? Do whatever you want. Same for this. As you can see, the result is pretty clean. Everything is correct. And this is just that. This is just a cube. But with all of this. And this is nice. So, depending on what you will do, use the proper workflow. If you have some curved object, you can add subdivisions. After you can cut and add a bevel for the after, and that will work. You don't need to bother, and you just need to find the proper workflow. So let's continue. This one is interesting because I will just remove the shadow, because there is some issues here, as you can see. This is not great, because this object, I will press Shift and click, this object has an issue. And this object serves to cut this one and to add the round part here, okay? So on this one, you must not add bevels where you don't need them. You just add bevels where you need them. So I will just do this. And now, if you check at the wire, that will fix the wire, okay? And after you can play with the segments, you can play with the profile if you want. And as you can see here, this is, it seems, this is, no, it's not the, it seems, but it's not, maybe the profile is too big. The scale of the object is really important. Don't make one object with a scale too big. And it seems deformed here, because I think he used some displace to edit the lines, and the displace will edit the object. So the displace is really interesting. Honestly, I don't see anybody except those who copied the array I made on SpeedFlow with the displace. Nice guys, it's nice to copy. Haha, I don't like that. And the displace is really useful. I use it a lot, but in this case you really don't need. You just have to select this, make a scale like that, and you will have your result. And as you can see here, you will have some issues. So there is other possibilities on this object. For example, if I take this and I make this, okay, I will remove the bevel, and I will add a bevel in vertex group, but in this case I need first to add some lines. I will just hide the all of this, boom, boom, and boom. And the length, ça va être où? Okay. So, I can take all of this, for example, up, not you. I will undo, no, it's okay. I think I moved it. And I will add a bevel. So as you can see, this is interesting because now I can make a big bevel on the other side, and on this one, I can edit the bevel, as you can see. And if I make this, logically, that should work. It's not perfect, but that should work. Make it work, motherfucker. No, it seems it's not working, sadly. It's a bug. It should work normally to have different results. Maybe if I add a loop here, like that, and let's try again. Up. I'm not sure. Yes, it's not working. It's really too bad because it's work on the Solidify, but not on the bevels. Okay, bon. In fact, so this the displace was interesting in this case, but maybe this is the result you wanted. In fact, not sure. Let's try. Normally, we should not have the. We still have an issue on this one. So why is that? There is several possibilities. Maybe the bevel don't use this one, I think. Oula. I break everything. Up. It's a boolean. This one is a boolean. This place. I will just hide everything up and show everything. So as you can see, there is some issues. And maybe because of my object, in fact, with the bevels that are yes, it's my bad. Up. What did I do? Control Z. Up. Okay. So I will just remove this one. Control X. No, it wasn't this. It was that. Right. Ooh, nice result. Oh, this is nice. I like that. Let's try if we hide the modifier, if that will fix it. Now, as you can see, there is some issues on this object before this one. So maybe it's really too small. Why does my bad, it's me, because I activated, in fact, all of this up, and I just need the bevel like that. So my bad, and it's not working either. Okay. I breaked everything. Alors, boom, and slice, up. Okay, so it seems the issue comes from the displace, and maybe I need to move this slice. Now, in fact, the displace must, all the displace must always be at the bottom of the stack, because you displace vertices, and you need to have them up at the bottom. And always, as I said, it's a workflow you need to understand to don't have any issue. Up. Alors, displace, and that's it. There is a lot of issues on this object. Let's hide everything and check. The order of the modifiers are really important, because you need to be sure what you will do will work. And for example, this one is maybe not necessary anymore. No, this one is the bevel. Up, okay. And okay, as you can see, I have two displays. I need to move them at the bottom before or after the other, but you don't care. You need to have them at the bottom. Up before the other modifiers, in fact. That will fix everything. After you have one boolean. If you check here, this one I can make it in wire, or I can make it in bound, and I can continue, and it was this one. No, this one I said, I'm too fast. I don't use this one, but to show you I need it. And the solidify, we don't need it. And that's it. As you can see, really important to place the displays correctly on your object to avoid everything. And now I have something correct, even if I don't have support edges, but I have something correct. And if I want something, this one I can edit it. I can move it up like that, or more like that, to make it smaller. As you can see, up. And now it's smaller, and that works. So, okay. Really important to work correctly. This is a workflow that is not as easy as it seems. I can see yesterday a guy tried to make the mic without having looked on my tutorial, and he said Blender crashed a lot, etc., etc. And it's totally normal because you play with modifiers, and if you don't make them correct, the correct order, etc., you will have bad results, as you can see on this one. So really important to check all of that. So what's next on this one? I think it's just that. It was add support lines. Be careful about the object with modifiers. Don't add too many modifiers. You don't need to add all the modifiers. So you don't need all of this, and you can reduce your pain. It's important. And be careful about the direction of your object. I will just show you this one. As you can see here, I have, I will press this. I have a screw. I have this object. If you check on this screw, the flip is activated. But as you can see, you need, first there is a solidify. I don't understand why. And if you don't check the solidify, I remove the solidify because I did not need it directly. So if I remove the solidify, I will have something open, and something open on with the wrong direction of the normals, and something open for the for a bool object is not correct. You need to have something close like that. And in this case, I will redo flip, and now I will have correct. Be careful to activate the merge vertices to avoid any issues, and after you will have this. Okay, so let's try. If I do this, maybe I broke everything, and as you can see, it's not the case. It's okay. So be careful of all of this, and check your result. Oh, this one is bad. This one is really bad. So what do we have? Up. Okay, so we have a screw, we have a solidify. If the object is closed, you don't need solidify. We have a bevel, and we have a boolean. So this is really weird. I don't understand this piece. Okay, well, at the inside also. Okay, so this one don't need well, just that. It's okay. It's work. I will make it like that. Okay, well, this is weird. Same for this. And this one, this is interesting, and he was right to use the bool object to add the bevel. And in this case, you will have a bevel, a rounded bevel here. And this was really a smart move. So, great. And he make the cut this one go here, and it's nice. Nice, continue. On this one, what do we have? Up. Screw, solidify. I don't know why do you use a solidify. It's absolutely not necessary. And on the screw, you just have to make this, and that's it. No need solidify. So be careful of what you do, and you will avoid every issue. On this one, no, not you. We have a screw, solidify again. Well, I don't see the interest of this solidify. And a plane to cut. Okay, the plane I understand. The bevel I understand. The solidify I totally don't understand. Maybe because it must be a glass. Maybe because of this. So if we check and if we go in wire mode, no, it's not working. Your solidify doesn't work. Ooh. In this case, it's working more. But the solidify must be at the end, not it must be after the boolean here. Because if I add now the bevel, first the bevel will not work. Up. Maybe make the bevel after. But if I, it's not perfect. No, I'm not sure you need a solidify. I think you don't need a solidify. Up, not you. Boom. And in this case, you will just add to reverse this, and after you can add a last bevel, Shift W, just here, add 4 segments. I like 4 segments, and that's it, your object is correct. You can come on this screw and add more segments if you want. Always try to add 2, 4, 6, 7, and always try to add apply front. Yes, you need to add the same segment on the other object. So always try to add a line vertically and horizontally, and not to add, for example, a screw, a value like that. You will not have something correct here. Maybe here, but not here. So it's really important to check to have something that will work. Okay, so that's it. I think I make the turn of everything. I hope you understand what I wanted to say. Non-destructive workflow is not an obligation. You can make the same asset in destructive workflow, and for me it's like a game, because I have to think on how to make the piece, but since my clients need editions on the object, it's really important to be able to edit absolutely everything. So it's like a game because I like that, and also it's really important because that allows me to edit absolutely everything I want on the object. And it was also funny because now I make assets in non-destructive, even for characters, accessories, for pants, shirt, etc. And that helped me a lot, and I gain a lot of time. And this is interesting. This workflow for me is pretty interesting. And it's not a cube with several cuts, and I will never use in any professional work, maybe for games, but I don't do games, and honestly I prefer making assets that are like that, more interesting than cubes with a lot of details. It's not funny to add as many details as I want. It's like when ZBrush came, we saw a lot of monsters with a lot of details. The goal was to make as many details as possible, and it was really funny. This is the same. So I hope CoverOP will like this video. That will help him to fix the issue. Try to work on the proper workflow. I mean, try to minimize the number of modifiers. Try to add support lines to avoid any issues. Try to add as many subdivisions as necessary to have something clean. As you can see here, you don't need subdivisions. If you look here, you will not see it. Be careful of the order of the modifiers. Be careful of the direction of the normals of the bool object, because if I revert the normals, I think on this one, on this solidify, there is a flip normals, and normally if I flip the normals, I should have something that will not work, as you can see. I will just select those two just to show you. Up. And on this one, up, as you can see, this is broken, because on this one, I flip the normal. Clean, not clean. So this is really important. Check the normals. On 2.8, there is now on the overlays, the face orientation. So as you can see, my this one is wrong. Oh, and this one is just this is interesting. In this one, I will just show you. I can fix it easily. This one is just that. Okay. So this is just a screw. I can flip the screw. Okay. So I flip the screw. Now it's fixed. I can add some bevels to add some lines. I can add a mirror and a last bevel. So on this bevel I can play, as you can see, with the width. I will make something like that. I can play with this if I want. I just have to move it correctly at the center here, like that, and after make 25 maybe, to have something like that. Same at the bottom, and I can absolutely edit everything like that on the other one. Now this is the mirror, and this one, as you can see, this is pretty nice, and this is just that. Okay, and the face orientation helps us to check the objects that are in the wrong direction. So in this case, you just have to clean, and that's it. It's clean. Now I don't have anything in the wrong direction. Should be enough. Should work. And this is a really good addition to 2.8. Okay, so I will stop here. Tell me if the video was helping, and don't hesitate to check my Gummo tutorials. It's totally it's for this kind of assets. I show everything you need to know, every workflow, because there is a different workflow for different objects. With, for example, this one was different from the previous one, the Synology, the NAS. I will just select this one. Up. And as you can see, the scenes are really small, and this is interesting. So I use different workflow for this one and the other, and as you can see, the result is perfect. Everything is correct. Even this kind of piece that is really difficult to do, and this is perfect. The result is nice, and I have also, as you can see, some part here, some cuts, etc., etc. So this is for me a great workflow for this kind of assets. And if I select this object, this is just some cubes like that. But you already saw the video on this one. And like I said, I show different workflow on this one and on the other to make everything as cool, as clean, as editable as possible. So as you can see, this is pretty nice. Okay, bye bye.